welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be reviewing Ishtar, Gardens of Babylon. Since we played it as a family and really enjoyed this game, we feel we should review it as a family to give you a viewpoint of female, male, and child, I guess. So I'll let you start. I don't really know.
Okay, so pretty much this is a tile placement style game, point salad, and there's very few like little card drafting, but there is tile drafting, I guess, what you would call it. But it's very simple and easy to teach, quick to learn, hard to master, but there's a lot of options between the skill trees here that you're able to do, the tile placement and the cards, and then also collecting the gems. Just a lot of stuff to do. And so we'll just jump right into the review. What did you think about the rules?
Oh, the rules were... My pet peeve is rule books, and I would say the rule book is very well written. Normally we feel like we need to watch a video and read the rules just to make sure we are understanding it and comprehending. Honestly, we did not watch any videos. We just played this game and learned the game from reading the rules, and we were playing within probably 20-25 minutes. And so they're very well written. They're very they have pictures to illustrate what they're talking about, and along with the rule book they have a separate set up the game sheet, and they have a sheet on the back of that explains the player board and what all the skills mean, and they're very detailed. So I didn't really have any questions once I read the rule book, and really the only thing I had to reference while playing it was the skill sheet, only because there's 10 skills there, so you just want to make sure you understand fully what those little they kind of remind me of caveman drawings a little bit of what they mean. But yeah, I thought the rule book was really well written and easy to follow.
And as we get older, our memory is not as tuned as it used to be.
Yeah, I do not have a good memory of things like that.
So we play so many games and so many rules and everything to remember. So what do you think of the rules?
I think that the rules were great. We were able to understand it. We didn't have to watch a video like we normally do. The rule book's great. We were playing in like a couple of minutes of reading the rules. So I think that the rule book is really good.
Yeah, I agree. The rules were very simplistic and very detailed in the layout. The layout actually works very well. It goes step by step, and so I would give it like a 5 out of 5. It's actually one of the better rule books, and like they both stated, we didn't have to watch a video. Pretty much we watched like 1 or 2 videos normally just to see if one of the videos, if the other one misses a detail, then we catch it. And then sometimes the more complex games that are like on BGG, complexity at 3 point, I normally watch like 3 or 4 videos. And even then, sometimes we miss like one rule, which, as you can tell in our videos by the comments, that probably happens quite often, but don't feel bad because I also watch other content creators and they miss rules as well.
Well, especially it's easy.
So
for me, for some reason, rule books that have the stuff that's highlighted, I know they mean that for you to see it, but a lot of times for some reason my eye tends to glaze over the highlighted boxes and just continue reading the normal text. So I tend to miss a lot of those little side notes and discover them later. So that's one thing. I like the way this is laid out. It's easy for your eye to just not miss anything. And the pictures, it uses pictures instead of a bunch of little different colored side text boxes, which, I don't know, maybe a lot of people tend to miss those because it's just too much to take in, I guess, for your brain to take in at one time.
I agree. Like between that and when rule books have a tendency to go reference different pages,
Yeah,
then
I don't like that either.
Yeah, that makes it where it doesn't flow as well, and so your brain's not absorbing it all one pattern. And so just the way it was laid out perfect for someone to learn easily. Okay, so what did you think about the components?
Oh, I think the components are really nice. The little trees are cute. I think they're really cute and whimsical. And the fountains are plastic and the trees are wood. But they're it's just whimsical, and the little assistants in the different colors. I, for some reason, kept placing them upside down instead of on their feet. But and then the gems are really nice. I mean, they're on par with every game that has gems. I'm sure they probably get them from the same location, but the gems are really nice, high quality, and I just like the actual board and the carpet board are the carpet board especially is a unique addition that makes this game different. Because, like I said when we were playing, it's a combination of some of our favorite games with a few differences. Like the carpet board is something new that they've added to the same kind of concept of other games. But it's, I think the components are really high quality.
What do you think about the components?
I think that they're really good. I like these little pieces, and I also like the little wood pieces. I like these pieces. They fit the theme. I think that they fit the theme of the nature garden theme, how they're wood pieces.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And also like this, where it has all the tiles and they're all laid out and the seeds. I think that that's another cool detail. And also the art, how the trees, the trees that aren't as many points don't have as many gems and aren't as big, and the trees that have the most points have more attention to detail. They have more gems and grow bigger.
I never noticed that. Good eye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also how you can tell with the scales, you can kind of tell by looking at them. Like this one, you can tell which crystals have the most points. So it's really good because it references. It's easy to understand by just looking at this. So I really like the components. I think they're really good.
Yeah, I think that this is one of the best component quality game that we've seen because this is just the standard. This is not like the collector's edition or anything added. This is actually just the game that when you buy, you get. And it has a nice insert in the box and everything for everything to be placed. So just phenomenal in the components. So I would give it 5 out of 5. Just love the components and every aspect of it. And so what did you experience?
Oh, I think it was a great experience. We had fun. We never argued. That's the thing about the complex games. It brings out the art. We argue a lot on those. The more complex the game is, because it leaves room for. This game did not leave any room for question. And when there's any kind of vagueness in the rules,
fidelity.
We tend to argue of what we feel that might mean. So there was no arguing. We laughed and we had fun the entire game on these. And that's why I tend to steer more. It's not that I can't understand the complex games, because I can understand them. But to me, they're just not quite as fun because you can't just relax and have fun. Games like this, you can just relax and enjoy yourself and just focus on your strategy and also have time to kind of see what they're up to, because Quentin's really good at these games. You could, not that you could stop him, but you could totally see what he was up to. And although I did steal it from him in the end, I totally thought he was going to dominate in that game, because he is so hard to beat at these games. But yeah, so I had a really good experience playing this game.
What was your experience?
I had a really good experience. I liked the poinsettia type, how there's so many different routes and strategies you can go to get points. Like you could kind of try to go for the skills are where it's at, and you can also kind of do a mix of going for towers and the trees. You have to kind of diversify. If you put all of your eggs in one basket, you're not going to do good, because you're going to be lacking on the other things. You want to have a good diverse amount of points for each one of them, and that's how you win this game. Is by having the most total points in each one of these. So you need to make sure that you have the most points in all of these. And this game is really fun. I think we had a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would give it a 5 out of 5. Just a truly great family game. This is one of the better family games that we've played. Because a lot of family games are great, but they lack strategic aspects to it. And even when they try to insert the point salad, they make it too simplistic. And so it's not fun for adults. This is actually a good game for adults, kids, elderly, anyone who you could teach in literally 10 minutes or less. And so you can play with your pro gamers, you can play with your new gamers. So this is great for every aspect of gaming. So 5 out of 5 in the experience. What did you think about the mechanism?
I think that means how it flows, right?
The gameplay. Yeah.
So, sorry, I don't do these reviews. I literally just play and he does the rest. So, no, I thought it flowed very well. Everything played, there was no, like I said before, there was no hang-ups of thinking, what do I do here? Now, what do I do there? Everything was just easy you just knew instinctively what to do, and it was not, I don't want to say repetitive, it's not repetitive, it's just the 5 steps that you do during your turn, it just was bam, 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 easy to know what comes next, whereas sometimes you're just fumbling on those really complex games of, okay, what do I do? Am I doing it in the right order? There was none of that here. It was very cut and dry. You either had enough to buy the trees or you don't. You either have the icons to level up your skills or place your assistant. I mean, it's very simplistic in that way. So you just it guides you to what step you do next, basically, as long as you have the basics down.
What do you think about the mechanism?
So I think that the mechanics are really good. It floats well. All the trees require different resources. There's a bunch of resources that you can grab. There's always something that you can do. You're never really stuck because you can always get the resources and go for the trees. And the game doesn't take that long. It only takes 45 minutes to an hour, which is the good time for a board game. I think that the mechanics, the game's flows very well. There's a lot. I it's not too long because all you need to do is go through 2 of these. So I think that the mechanics are awesome.
Yeah, I agree. The mechanics actually works very well. There's very little downtime in between players. Probably 3 minutes or 3 minutes or less between us. 5 to 10 or her.
Who won? That's all I have to say. The extra 2 minutes of thought I put into it.
Yeah, because we fell asleep.
Made a difference.
So by the time when it's our turn, we're like, okay.
Whatever.
So,
he's got jokes.
But the mechanics just works very well. It flows smoothly over there. And like you said, it only takes 2 to be depleted for the game to end. So, like he did, he realized that it would benefit him to deplete, in which I was going to mention to him earlier, if he actually depleted it 2 turns earlier, which he could have,
he would have won.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't realize that till it was too late. And I'm happy I didn't tell him because he will definitely won. Although she won, I would rather him win. But
love.
you 2 always attack me in the game. So yeah, the mechanics 5 out of 5. So what about the replayability?
Oh, it's definitely. I mean, we've played it twice now, and it was a totally different game each time because the first time we were learning the first time. I will give you that, but we were going for different strategies and not really focusing much on the skills. This time I focused more on the skills, less on the fountains, and kind of the same on the trees, but what makes it more replayable is because you're always, especially if you play with the same group of people. So I know next time we play it, Anthony and I will definitely switch up our strategies because we already know what Quentin is going to go for. So he's going to have to, in turn, switch up his strategy because we're going to be preventing him from doing he would have won. If he had ended at center, he definitely would have won. I was able to steal it from him in the end only because I had that skill that gave me points for my gems. So all I had to do was get a tile that I was able to gain 3 gems, and that's what cinched it for me. But otherwise, he would have beat me by 2 points if he was able to end it like a turn or two sooner, which he could have. So there's a lot of different ways you can control the game, which makes it more fun. And so it's always, if you're playing with the same group of people, you're constantly going to be changing up your strategies. And there's so many ways. I mean, there's 10 different skills. There's so many ways you could switch it up.
What do you think about replayability?
I think it's pretty replayable. You're always going to be choosing different ones to go for, and there's going to be, because people are going to be choosing different towers probably, so you need to go different routes. There's a lot of different strategies that you can go, like every time you kind of need to switch up your strategy, otherwise they'll know what you're doing and they'll just block you.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different things that you can do. You can like go for the skills, go for cards, but you need to like diversify it. So I think that it's pretty replayable.
Yeah, I agree with them. It's highly replayable. I wish that there were maybe just a couple more cards, although we didn't go through them.
We didn't go through all of them.
Yeah, I know. I wish that there was like some other element of cards. But 5 out of 5 in the replayability. Because in this game, even like last game, I was halfway through the game losing, and I came back. So at any point in this game, you could actually come back.
Yeah.
So it's that great of a game, because a lot of games, once you very beginning you're losing, it's impossible to come back. So that makes this game highly replayable in my books. So what do you think overall total?
Oh, definitely a 5 out of 5 game. Yeah. And I don't give many games that.
Yeah,
I mean, there's only a few, maybe 6 or 7 games we played, maybe, that I would give 5 out of 5. I mean,
I don't even think you've even done
and
that.
I love games. I love playing games. There's a certain style of game that I just really love, and this is that style of game that really clicks with me. So and I like games too that we have fun laughing. If it makes us argue, to me, it's not a good game because it's not fun then if you're arguing. And the only reason you argue is if the rules are vague, because if they're cut and dry, all you have to do is just turn to that page and it's over. Like you're like, oh yeah, you're right. So I mean, but yeah, I think it's definitely a great game to check out if you enjoy this type of game. I mean, it's definitely a good one.
What do you think total?
I think that it's an overall really great game. The game flows really smoothly. There's a lot of different strategies. It's highly replayable. And we haven't even gone through all the tree cards yet. And then you can try to make the game sooner or faster. Like you can make it a longer game if you're losing, or a faster game if you're losing, because you can spin the gems. And let's say that you want this one, and you could keep doing that over and over, and one's already done. So you could like make the game end really fast if you're beating them by a lot of points, and you know that you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would give it 5 out of 5, but as you notice, he learned from his mistake. He should have sped it up a little faster.
Yeah.
He would have won the whole game. So yeah, overall total 5 out of 5. This is a great game. And it's a great game for kids that will learn how to manipulate the board and teach them how to count. There's so many things that kids can learn from this game. And so this is a great tool. I think that like if a school bought it to teach kids different mechanisms of math, area control, skill upgrades, stuff that will you could use. So overall total, yeah, just great game. Very happy to play this game like anytime. And so, any thoughts?
On that note, with the school thing, I will say, because Quentin, like most kids, he's normally glued to his tablet or video games. Since we started, that's part of why we started this board game channel. Since we started this board game channel, I have noticed he enjoys board games more than video games. And like, he doesn't even enjoy watching TV. It's always been video games, but I've noticed he's more
in tune.
Yeah, in tune and like present. Whereas video games, you could tune out. Like he, not only does it give us more time as a family, but he's become more tactical and more. School is just still. I know they learn in school, but school is boring,
repetitive,
and boring. This is like a fun way to learn the same kind of skills that they're teaching you in school, but it's fun.
Yeah. Well, with board games, you have to think outside the box because, and you always have to change your strategy. And so, as opposed to school, because I have a bachelor's degree, she has associates. It's just, I hate to say it, but college is just learning and recycling.
Yeah.
That's literally all we ever did. You went from one class to the next class, and you just learned it and recycled it because there's no way you would have headaches. And I tried. You would start getting headaches trying to retain everything, especially many classes I took. And so this, I feel it's a very good lesson for kids to learn strategy and, I think that this will, just help with the core of thinking outside the box.
And good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
It teaches them you're not always going to win. You're not always going to win. And he's a very good sport. Even it doesn't matter. And that's the thing we've taught him, and it teaches kids. You play to have fun. You don't play to win. None of us. Of course we want to win, but we play to have fun, and it's actually more fun if you don't win all the time. Like, I like it that Quentin's such a good competitor. He is hard to beat. So when we beat him, you feel like you accomplished something. Because he's hard to beat at these games. And so I think it teaches kids a lot of good life lessons and especially good sportsmanship. So definitely, I think this is a great family game. Sorry, I'll stop rambling. I'm a rambler.
Okay.
I agree with both of you.
So that, I'm just going to end it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We're always putting out content. I'm going to have a link of where to buy the game. My social media is going to be down below in the description. You can leave a comment. We get back to it within a day or two. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.